France and Germany hold historic first joint parliamentary session, commit to joint defense and a common military culture.
Here's a summary of the article.
The plan is to convene the new joint parliament twice a year in the future. The new parliament's purpose is to enforce that treaty, signed in January, and to monitor affairs of common interest including foreign policy, security and defense. The joint parliament will not be legally binding on the national parliaments of either country though. Monday's first session is mostly ceremonial and procedural, with the signing the agreement for the joint venture by parliamentary presidents Wolfgang Schäuble of the German Bundestag and Richard Ferrand of the French National Assembly. Over time, there are plans for this joint parliament to be part of strengthening links between the national parliaments of both countries. The Treaty of Aachen was signed by French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Angela Merkel earlier this year. As well as common diplomatic goals, the two nations committed to joint defense and a common military culture.
This post received a score of 4,592, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Charlemagne would be so proud.
Karl der Gros.
Carol de Groot.
Carlos o Grosso.
Carlo Magno.
Carlomagnus.
Colonel Angus. You can almost feel Russia glaring at this in disapproval.
And the US.
And the UK.
And my axe.
And my bow. And my emails.
And buttery mails.
Nothing against a joint session.
I'm having a joint session myself right now.
Username checks out.
Combined, they'd have an army of 180,000, but a population pool to draw from of about 150 million, just a few million more than Russia, by point of comparison. Perhaps more importantly, however, would be the ports each would have access to, if the EU weren't already a thing.
Total headcount is not what it used to be 100 years ago. Both countries are big arms manufacturers and can ramp up pretty quickly if needed. The small size of their armed forces reflect the fact that there isn't any need to maintain large standing armies in Europe anymore.
It always amazes me that the Foreign Legion is still a thing.
They've got to get their janitors from somewhere.
I'm not sure if I understood your joke correctly, but in case I did, the regular army would be the janitor, the Legion is who we send first to any shit show. Less trouble for our politicians when they die.
It was a shit joke, but a mate of mine who was in the FFL just cleaned shit for 3 years, got into brawls with Brazilians, ran a cigarette smuggling ring on exercises and just generally did nothing good but clean shit.
The citizenship at the end is nice.
Wait, what? The Foreign Legion is an immigration program?
As a recall, after you complete a certain amount of tours, you earn French citizenship.
Service guarantees citizenship. Would you like to know more?
I can only imagine the countless French and Germans who wished for nothing more than France and Germany to get along, yet time and again the two came to blows. It just shows how far they have come, to honor the memory of those before them.
From blood enemies to blood brothers.
There's a German word for that. It's probably von Blutenfoso-Bluebrothers or some shit. IDK, I don't speak German.
As the other comments are non-serious, the actual word would be Blutsbruder.
Birth of the Franco-Germanic 1,000-year empire that will rule the earth with an iron fist by the year 2030.
Early 1800s, France conquers most of continental Europe, loses eventually. Early 1900s, Khomeini conquers most of continental Europe, loses eventually. Early 2000s, France and Germany join forces.
Russia, let's wait for winter. Germany and France, global warming bro. Russia starts sweating, figuratively and literally.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.